right. So that was it. Fact or fiction. I think you passed. Yeah.
I did. Okay, I'm gonna.
I think you passed. So our next segment is 5 travel tips, but for Morocco specifically.
Okay.
Okay. Which I think you're gonna like this. So why don't you start us off there?
So hack or tip number 1, plan for cash.
Yeah.
We learned that. I had heard that too. So like money markets, they only take cash.
Yeah.
Taxis are cash only. There are ATMs everywhere. There was not one place that when we needed an ATM, they were there and we didn't have any issues.
Which, by the way, after doing research and experiencing this, the best, most economical way of taking cash out is a bank, specifically an ATM that's attached to a physical bank. That's where you get the lowest fees and all that. So that's the best way to convert your money. You just take out your money from your bank account on that ATM, and that's the best and most affordable way to convert.
They do they have their own Moroccan money, but euros are hugely used there as well.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and they kind of do the conversion for you. So like when you buy stuff, they're like, instead of you doing the math, they're like, oh, it's 20 euro. Like, they
tell
refer to
you the
euro.
different ones, yeah.
Yeah. So, but which is about, I think it was 100.
Was 10. 100?
No, 100 of theirs with
10.
1 of ours.
Oh, was it 1?
Yeah.
And also too with the taxis, we didn't take a taxi, but you have to negotiate, and we saw a group of people. You do need to negotiate your price before you get into the taxi, which is unheard of. We're not used to that, right? In the States or in Europe, you just kind of jump in and the meter runs. Here, you got to negotiate your price before your ride.
Yeah, good. That's 2 tips in 1, by the way. All right. So dress respectfully, even though it is a looser type of Muslim country, you still have to respect the culture, conservative clothing, and especially important in rural areas. They just want the rural areas tend to be more traditional, and thus you have to respect, right? And I'm a big believer in respecting the country that you go to, whether you're staying there, as an immigrant or just travel, visiting. Respect the culture, respect what is the norm, and so dress respectfully, especially if you're going to go to some sort of religious building. I think it's something to keep in mind.
Yes. So hack number 3, and this is the main reason why I needed to get to Morocco, are the Riads, and these are older. Where the kings and stuff, and they live in these beautiful riads. They don't look like much from the outside, so it just looks like walls, and some of them don't have any windows at all, or even small. And then you go through these alleyways, and the doors open, and you're like, I just walked into awesomeness.
Yeah.
And your mouth is open. The tile work, the architecture. For me, this is what has been driven me to get to this country, and it's just so beautiful. So we got to stay in two of them, one in Fez and the other one in Marrakesh.
Yeah.
That were really old, and they're beautiful because the balconies are on the inside of the walls. So there's balconies all inside, not outside. So you can sit outside. It's
and
usually
the sun
open.
comes from the top.
Yeah, there's like a big atrium, so it rains in the inside, but it's just so beautiful and stunning. And we did stay in those riads. I'm gonna go there. I want to make sure that I'm doing the experience of what Morocco is going to offer us.
Yeah, I love the riads. I'm gonna be honest, and me, I'm very picky where I stay.
They're so pretty.
When you throw me that hippie stuff.
Now we did in the Sahara Desert. Actually, today I was talking about my trip today. We were in the Sahara Desert, and they're like, "But where did you sleep?" And I said, "In a tent." And they're luxury glam tents, and they're so beautiful. They have AC.
Or heat.
Or heat. Well, we were in the cold, so they had heat, full bathrooms, showers, everything works fine. But you are out in the Sahara Desert.
Yeah. So, yeah, use Riads. I highly recommend it. So, I think you should, to communicate there, and I'm going to add one that's not on this list, but you should know at least basic French, some Arabic, and even Spanish in some parts of, like in the coastal towns like Tangier. They do speak some Spanish there, but French is widely spoken because, again, they were colonized by Spain. So I mean French. Sorry. Yeah, just a simple greeting goes a long way, and that's one of the things that our tour guide told us when we went through the markets. He just gave us a few words of like, no, thank you, things that will help us walk through the market. And our girls, I was proud of them. They learned those few words.
They were learning. They were speaking some Arabic.
Yeah.
And that's what I love. So I think you have it here. I think it was the next one about hiring. The next hack or tip is to hire a local guide. I do these in all countries. This is not just Morocco. I really try to do this in all countries. I love tours. It's the nerd in me. But as much as I read or I can sit here and watch things on TV or been obsessed with different countries and I think I know all of these things, when you're there with a local guide, you're really getting that insight. And what I love about talking to these local guides, they're sitting there talking to them. This is their home, and they're so proud to share things with us that we don't know. Their history and their culture, and and why they don't drink, and why we didn't see any drug issues like at all. Like you think like you go to some parts in other
like fentanyl, is that a thing?
Like,
you know what I mean?
Right? You go to different parts of the world, and you're like, oh, that guy's on something. I did not see that here at all. And talking about like how Muslims take care of other people, that they don't let people sleep outside. Nobody is homeless. And you're hearing about how beautiful their culture is, and hearing them do the call of prayer 5 times. And at first, we're not used to this. This is something that doesn't happen, right? It doesn't happen in Europe. It doesn't happen in the Caribbean or the States. And at first, when you hear it, it takes you back for a second because we're not used to it. And then we got used to it. And at one point, I was sitting there thinking, like, we sing in church, but we sing inside, or we pray inside. And for me, I started thinking, I'm like, oh my God, they're sharing their prayer with everybody that's there. And I just really thought how beautiful it really, truly was. And we got to hear our last call of prayer on New Year's Eve evening. So that was really nice. It was like a thank you, Morocco. Like, thank you for sharing this culture.
And honestly, I was, taken back by it initially, but like, I'm telling you, it's what this trip taught me specifically.
Our children
is learn from these people, connect with these people. I'm telling you, these gentlemen, and I'm gonna put their pictures up.
They were wonderful.
They're my brothers from another mother. Like, that's it. Like, I told them, you have family in Miami, because they're just wonderful guys, and we probably have our 2 different sides of the spectrum, but there's mutual respect and mutual, just courtesy and just nice. It's just respect, and that's something that the world is lacking a lot, because we take the word of an algorithm versus a person, and that to me is,
and it's human connection, right?
Yeah,
like, you don't know until you know.
Yeah, so get those local guides, because I think not only are you getting information from them, but you're learning from a person from that place, and that's what you want. You want to connect with somebody from that place, and boy, we got some good people.
We got
some great people.
Amazing people.
Yeah. I'm gonna tag all of you. So.